Hello everyone, so I'm doing new commands and config today. This is probably going to be new to returning players, or at least most likely be new. But if you're currently playing, these commands probably won't be new to you. Okay, starting out, commands. The new command that we have is /party_info show TP on. What this does is it shows the TP you have for your party. If it's white, they don't have enough TP to WEM skill. If it's blue, they have at least 1k TP. So, that's good to know. And this will not work on trust, by the way. So if you have trust in your party, you will not be able to see their TP. But you will be able to see them if they're in alliance with you. I'm sorry, not the trust, but you'll be able to see the party members in alliance with you, their TP as well. Another thing we have is /return trust all, which means they will go away. So if your trusts are out and they're near you, they'll go away. But if they're like really far away, this function will not work. I don't know why, it just won't work. Okay, config. For configuration, what we have is if you go to menu, config, Misc3, we have multiple functions which I think are quite useful. First one, area display on. What this does is if you're casting AoE spells or sub-weapon skills, as in like you're scrolled over them, it will show you the area of effect. Note this won't work with conal effects though, so like sonic thrust or polearm, this will not work for that. The next thing we have is timer display on. What this does is it shows a little white timer below your buffs and debuffs that you have active on yourself. When it gets to 5 seconds, the timer will disappear and the icon will start blinking. The next thing we have is status party icons display. And with this on, you will be allowed to see your party's active buffs and debuffs by scrolling over them. This is incredibly useful if you're a white mage or a geomancer and you're trying to remove buffs or buff party members. The next thing we have is config windows shared. And what this does is you can choose between either vertical or horizontal, and it gives you two different window options, basically separating party chat and everyone's chat versus the battle combat. And for different computers and different layouts, it may work differently. For me, I use vertical most of the time because it's like more the modern MMORPGs, and that's what I enjoy. Another thing we have is party alarm types, and what this does is you will get a sound alert when you're invited to join a party. This does require the sound to be on though, so I guess that's just something you should be aware of. The other thing is, I noticed it seems to go away. Like, if you set it for, I don't know, type 2, and then you log out, I tend to find that if you log back in, it's still off. I mean, even though you set it, it's off. So it might have limited use there, unless you're like saying, I'm gonna go AFK, so I'm gonna turn it on. But I don't really get why it goes away. And then the next options, I don't know if these config options are new or not. They might be, they may not be, but I at least have recently found out about them, and I think they're quite cool. First, config, chat filters, and then clicking on tell a few times, you'll see a little musical note pop up. What this does is each time you receive a tell, you will get a little notification, like a blink or something. And this you do not need sound on in the game in order to hear, which is really, really cool, and I don't know why the party alarm thing isn't like this. The next thing we have is config Misc icon types, which will change the icons to what I consider some weird effects. I don't like using this. I think they look really ugly, but I guess that's an option. Okay, bye-bye everyone.